what's going on, everybody? Happy Friday or Saturday or whenever you're watching this. My name is Lou. This is Verse Fantasy. Thanks for checking in. As you can see by the title of this thumbnail, we're going to talk about Mr. Puka Nacua. Everything you need to know really quickly. No bullshit. Just give me the facts and stats of why this man kind of took over the NFL and why it wasn't a fluke. If you're new to the channel, make sure you smash the subscribe button. Give us a follow on Instagram and TikTok. More importantly, though, go check out our app. We are live, and we are a fantasy football betting markets app that gives you the opportunity to sync your league up, play money lines, over under spreads, all that jazz with your fantasy football team. Really, really cool. Check it out. But we're doing the fantasy analysis right now, and this is the summer series that we got going on, episode 2. Justin Jefferson dropped yesterday. We're doing Puka Nacua, one player a day. And it's just the quick snippets of what you need to know with drafting him. As the summer goes on, we're going to do more players that might have question marks. I think Puka is one of those guys within the top 10 that people might be hesitant to draft. Just because he's not a household name. He's not one of the big studs that's been around for a while. It makes sense. His rookie year, a lot of people might be hesitant because Cooper Kupp coming back and thinking, Matthew Stafford gets old. Was it a fluke? Was it not? I'm here to tell you why it wasn't, and he might be being undervalued at his current ADP. So stats in on Puka. 23 years old. PPR last year. Finished 6th overall. 105 catches on 160 targets. Over 1,400 yards. Broke the rookie record. Just historic masterclass from Puka Nacua. Now, as far as the role he played, there's a guy named Brett Coleman who's elite on YouTube. Right here, he dropped a Puka video, ironically, today. That's not why I'm making this video, but the timing of it was perfect because I actually watched that and learned a little bit about why Puka is so good and why he's so good at finding gap schemes in zone, why he's so efficient yards after the catch, and why the Rams officially moved him all over the place. He wasn't just this outside alpha X receiver that might or might not get dominated by some cornerbacks. He did play in the slot a little bit, his fair share of jet sweeps, and he played at the Z too. So he was all over the place, which you love to see for a fantasy wide receiver. So I'll link Brett's stuff down below. Go check it out. Elite channel. Some of the stats on Puka. 18 games played last year, posted a 29% target share. Again, like I said, 6th most points per game amongst receivers. He was 1st in yards after the catch, elite. 3rd in receiving APA and 14th in weighted opportunity. EPA, expected points added, and weighted opportunity is essentially the value of the targets that you're getting. Are they valuable targets that you are getting? How invested the team is to getting you involved in crucial situations. So Puka, really, really good in more so situations than we expected in this entire offense. I know a lot of people will say the run game was really strong, which it was. The Rams have a great interior line, which is going to go well for Kyren Williams, going to go well for their run game, but that doesn't take away what Puka is offering. So for those who are hesitant because of the sophomore slump, it doesn't exist when you're this fucking good. Here's a list of elite players who averaged over 14 points their rookie year. Look at the company Puka's in with. Jamar, Jefferson, AJ Green, Julio Jones, Mike Evans. All these guys had elite rookie years, and a lot of them are going to be Hall of Famers at some point. So even Michael Thomas back in the day was a stud before he went off the rails. Let's not forget. So looking at Puka and looking at his ECR, which is expert consensus ranking, compared to where he's going in drafts right now, you can see he's actually started out early March, which is, I guess, when fantasy season really starts, around 14, and slowly been working up his way into the 10 spot, and is hovering around 11 to 10 right now with rankings. ADP has been pretty consistent around 10 to 9. And according to the experts, which I'm going to list right here, these are the experts. It's a list of a bunch of fantasy people, but it's like, what the hell do they know? They actually rank the experts based on their accuracy. So even the most accurate experts that were combined in this ranking have him from like 7 to 9. So that makes you feel pretty comfortable. The best being number 9, worst being number 19. I think even the best at number 9, there's a very fair argument other than CD, Tyreek, Jefferson, Jamar, and Amon-Ra, that Puka should be the first one up in that next tier. I think Amon-Ra is safely at the top of tier 2. I think you can make the argument for him for tier 1. AJ Brown, Garrett Wilson, and Puka are going to be a big discussion throughout the summer as far as where they should be going. I like Puka out of all these guys. I think Garrett Wilson does have a lot of upside, probably has the most upside because he's playing with Aaron Rodgers, but he just hasn't fucking done it yet. Puka's done it. The rookie year he's had last year was him as a rookie. He doesn't have to go through rookie mini training camp. He has the experience. He clearly has the connection with Matthew Stafford. I like Puka a little bit more than Garrett Wilson. There's no wrong answer with any of these guys. I think A.J. Brown's a nutcase. And a lot of people will say Puka has Cooper Kupp now to deal with when he's healthy. A.J. Brown's still going to have a Devontae Smith, who a lot of people liked more than A.J. Brown last year. A.J. Brown kind of fell off the second half of the year, kind of pulled a Stephon Diggs a little bit. And then Garrett Wilson, obviously, I think is immensely talented. But again, we just haven't seen it with Aaron Rodgers extended throughout an entire season. They played 3 snaps together. He didn't even get a target. So I think Puka is the safest out of these guys in a first-round selection. That's what you want. You want a safe player. So there's no reason for him really to fall past 10 for me in any draft. Finally, wrapping it up here, because I know these are supposed to be quick. If you're really a data nerd like the advanced stats, let's look at how productive he was. Look at how efficient he was. Again, receptions, 8th in the league. Receiving yards, 4th. Yards after the catch, 5th. Total touchdowns was only 6. I think that should go up a little bit. Fantasy points, he was 6th. Expected fantasy points, he was 8th. Just incredibly productive, which usually leads to really good efficiency. Yards per route run, he was 6th in the league. And then yards per team pass attempt, he was 9th in the league. Yards per target, 23. So even in his worst efficiency metrics, we're still pretty fucking good. Especially if he's going around the 6th to 8th wide receiver taken off the board. So there's no reason for you to doubt or hate Puka. He's not the most intimidating guy if you don't follow football. So I think in family leagues, more casual leagues where people aren't really following, they're going to see Puka and they're going to see Cooper Kupp and they're going to not want to take a risk on Puka in the early first round. Let them take Devontae Adams, a seasoned vet who's in a way worse situation. Let them take A.J. Brown. Puka can definitely fall to you in the later first. That would be an absolute steal. All right, episode 2, Offense Sells Tickets. As you remember, subscribe, and we'll keep the fantasy train rolling. We out.